You boys look like a weird heavy metal band.
Yes, we are a band.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you play?
Symphonic, post-apocalyptic, reindeer-grinding, Christ-abusing, extreme war, pagan, phennoscandic metal.
Right. Really interesting.
What up, everyone? DJ Nubis here with you on the Melatonin Podcast with another movie review. This time, 2026's Ghost Train. It is a South Korean horror mystery film directed by Tak-si Woong and starring Jeon Young, Jae Bae-soo, and Choi Boy-min. And if I butcher those names, massively apologize. I am terrible at this. The film depicts Dae Kang, played by Jeon Young, a horror YouTuber hungry for attention, delves into the eerie mysteries of Gwanglim Station, a place plagued by a string of unexplained disappearances. So you have this girl, and she's looking to build her YouTube profile and career, kind of like me a little bit, but I'm not going to go to these lengths to do that. But so she approaches a station master, played by Jeon Bae-soo, who has been there a while, and he has all these stories about the people that disappear on the platform or in the train and around the station. And there's even early on, there's a moment where on the camera, you see a young man who's a part of one story. So the first story, this young man's on camera, and there's no one else around him. And then all of a sudden, you just see as the train is coming, something pushes him in front of the train. He dies. So you got all these things, and then you have other stories about a girl that supposedly walks around that no one else can see, but she goes and she throws acid on a girl's face. And so this movie plays out a little bit like an anthology. So each story eventually comes around to tie into our main story with Dae Kang. There's some other stuff with two more stories. So it's basically 4 altogether. And so you have the boy who's pushed in front of the train, the girl with acid. There's one story that I call Savage Refreshments. I don't want to give too much away in terms of spoilers, so just you'll know it when you see it. And then, of course, there's another one called The Beauty YouTuber. And so, again, they all kind of tie in together at the very end, which is good. I like how the thing about some of these films, though, is that once you've kind of done the whole scary dark-haired chick, which is a big Asian horror thing in general, whether it's Japanese or whatever, you kind of aren't as affected by it anymore because they've already done so much with Ringu, One Missed Call, The Grudge, and stuff like that. So once you've already kind of gone down that rabbit hole with those films, everything else seems secondary to it. But the story is very strong in this, and so it's done very well. It's engaging. It keeps you on your toes a little bit. Again, we've got her on the left, and we've got this young man in the middle who is sort of a love interest a little bit with her. And then the guy on the very right, of course, is our station master who's telling the stories. And, it's not a very bad film at all. It's actually pretty stronger compared to some of the other ones I've seen in the same vein. Well Go USA is the one that kind of allowed me to preview this and screen it. So I'm happy to do a review about it. I'm not sure if we're going to cover this on AFA at any point. We might. And I'm not sure, it may come to Hell Yeah, because Hell Yeah does kind of do both martial arts and horror. So I don't know if this one will show up there or not, but chances are it might. They have another film called Ghost Killer, which I have not seen all the way through. I kind of started it and just never got around to finishing it. But basically, it has an eerie atmosphere in this, supernatural elements, of course. I can't really have too much to complain about. I mean, I won't sit there and tell you that like it's a film that's gonna like blow you away. Like I said, we've seen kind of like some of these films before, and the themes and the plots and stuff like that. So there isn't like too much that I can really add to it, other than the fact that it is worthy to watch at least once. My rating for this would be an 8 out of 10. It's not like my favorite, of course, of this genre, but I found it very good and interesting and kept me engaged the entire way. The acting was good. And, you know, again, in the very end, like you do have that tie-in. So that's good. I like that they did that. So it keeps you on your toes in terms of like not making it predictable. Like, you know, you kind of think you figure stuff out, but you really don't. And I like that then when they can keep you kind of guessing the entire time. So I was very pleased with that. And, you know, supposedly, because I've seen this now for 2026, but it got released across seas in 2025. So I don't even really know how that works. Like, I know they probably started filming this in 2024 or whatever before they even got it out. But, it did pretty well, but it came out in July of 2025 last year, but now is the only time we're actually seeing it here. So a little weird how that works, where they claim it's a 2025 release, but for some of us, it's 2026. So I'm just going to put 2026 because I don't think it's even out to the public here yet, or at least not right away. If it has, it came out pretty recently, but that's kind of how I just see that. Trying to think, is there anything I can else add? Not really. As far as my favorite segment, it's probably gonna be the Savage Refreshments, just because it's the weirdest of the three or the four. But it does. It's kind of funny though. It is funny. But definitely check it out. I would recommend it. Again, 8 out of 10 for me. If you've seen it, let me know your thoughts and comments down below on the description. And then hit like and subscribe. And then we'll see you next time. For stuff coming up tonight, Ghouls at Midnight. I am doing my episode 119 with Mr. Tony the Dead for Pater Noster and the Mission of Light, which was very interesting, to say the least. And then his pick at 120 is, I believe it's a movie from last year called Together. And so it's a body horror film. I still have to sit down and watch that, which I will do before tonight. But that's what's on the schedule there. And then tomorrow I'm getting together with Anthony Jordan for another Kaiju Spotlight, where we are going to be talking Godzilla -1. And then, as I said, on Friday, action film Autopsy with Fat Samurai Guy and Rick Myers at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then on Saturday, Neko and I will do our wrap up for the month of February for the top albums that I've listened to, new metal and rock records. So be looking for that as well. Appreciate all the support as always. We'll see you next time on a Metal Tower Podcast.
You see me for you.